is it showing? Okay.
It's a little behind. Is that good? Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Lieutenant General William H. Graham, Jr., 56th Chief of Engineers and Commanding General of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, welcome to today's Assumption of Command ceremony. Thank you all who have joined us here and online. My name is Bob Prince, Chief of Staff of the South Atlantic Division, and I will be moderating today's ceremony. This morning, Colonel Matthew Y. McCulley will relinquish command to Brigadier General Zachary L. Miller, who will assume the duties of Commander, South Atlantic Division. Joining us for today's ceremony is Command Sergeant Major Derek A. Bro, Command Sergeant Major, South Atlantic Division, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Our South Atlantic Division members of the Senior Executive Service include Dr. Larry D. McAllister, Director of Programs, and Ms. Stephanie L. Hall, Director of Regional Business. South Atlantic Division commanders joining us for our ceremony today include Colonel Ronald J. Sturgeon, Commander, Savannah District, and Colonel Brandon L. Bowman, Commander, Jacksonville District. Colonel Jeremy J. Chapman, Commander of Mobile, is joining us virtually. We are especially proud to welcome back the former South Atlantic Division Commander and former Commander of the Mississippi Valley Division, Major General retired Philip R. Anderson, joined by his wife Carolyn and his grandson and potential soldier-to-be, Stanley Petron. Joining us virtually are Lieutenant General retired Todd T. Semonite, former Commander, South Atlantic Division, and former 54th Chief of Engineers and former Commander, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Also, Major General retired Diana M. Holland, former Commander, South Atlantic Division, and former Commander, Mississippi Valley Division. And also, Command Sergeant Major retired Mike McIntosh, former South Atlantic Division Command Sergeant Major. Distinguished guests joining us include Major General Ryan Janovic, Commander, U.S. Cyber Center of Excellence in Fort Gordon. Mr. Kevin J. McComber, Regional Administrator, Region 4, Environmental Protection Agency. Mr. Mitch Mays, Administrator, Tennessee Tombigbee Waterway Development Authority. Mr. Wynn Fuller, President, Warrior Tombigbee Waterway Association. We are also honored to have numerous division chiefs and employees of the South Atlantic Division. Please join me in a round of applause for all of our guests. And now, most importantly, I would like to recognize the family members of Brigadier General Miller. Please welcome Mrs. Beth Miller, spouse of our incoming commander, and Nate and Evelyn Miller, their son and daughter. Once again, join me in welcoming our guests. From time immemorial, armies throughout the world have conducted ceremonies to commemorate victory over an enemy, to honor their heroes, to celebrate special occasions, or to pay homage to their fallen comrades. These ceremonies add color and pageantry to military life. In the United States, the foundation of our present ceremonies was laid by the Continental Army. Today's ceremony is a reflection of procedures practiced since the dawn of our nation. It is derived from our Army's first manual of ceremonies, the Blue Book, written by General von Steuben. The ceremony that you are about to see includes arrival of the official party, invocation, honors to the nation, assumption of command, remarks, and the conclusion. We hope you enjoy this historic event. The host for today's ceremony is Lieutenant General William H. Graham, Jr., 56th Chief of Engineers and Commanding General, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Please rise for the entrance of the official party and remain standing for the invocation given by Mr. Heaven Ford, Chief Contracting Division and Senior Contracting Official, South Atlantic Division, followed by the playing of our national anthem.
Almighty God, our source of strength and wisdom, we gather today with gratitude and anticipation as we welcome General Miller as the incoming commander of the South Atlantic Division, United States Army Corps of Engineers. We recognize the immense responsibility entrusted to this leader, a responsibility to safeguard our nation's infrastructure, to protect our communities from the forces of nature, and to deliver the vital engineering solutions for a brighter future. Grant General Miller the clarity of vision to discern the challenges ahead, the courage to make difficult decisions, and the humility to seek counsel from those he leads. Inspire in him a deep commitment to the values of USACE, service, integrity, and excellence. Bless this division with a unity of purpose and a spirit of collaboration. May every engineer, every scientist, every dedicated professional within these ranks find renewed dedication to their mission. Help them to innovate, to overcome obstacles, and to build a legacy of resilience and progress. We pray for the commander's family, offering them strength and support as they embrace the new chapter. May they find a welcoming community here, and may they be blessed with peace and well-being. Lord, guide General Miller as he leads this vital division. Empower him to build not just structures of concrete and steel, but also bridges of trust and understanding the communities we serve. May this commander be marked by safety, success, and a steadfast commitment to the enduring principles of duty, honor, and country. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Heaven. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. It is tradition to present a gift to the spouse of the incoming commander. At this time, First Lieutenant Rebecca Bushell is presenting Mrs. Beth Miller with long-stem yellow roses. A bouquet is being presented to their daughter Evelyn, and special event tickets are being presented to their son Nate. The Assumption of Command is a traditional event that is rich with symbolism and heritage. Key to the ceremony is the passing of the unit's colors. These colors represent not only the lineage and honors of the unit, but also the loyalty and unity of the soldiers and civilians. The colors are the commander's symbol of authority, representing his or her responsibilities to the organization. Wherever the commander is, there also are the colors. The custodian of the colors is the Command Sergeant Major, who is a senior enlisted soldier in the unit and principal advisor to the commander. Throughout history, commanders ensured their unit colors were carried by one of their most trusted officers. This practice was used in the United States Army until 1813, when the regulations changed and the colors were entrusted to color sergeants, and now the organization's Command Sergeant Major. The passing of the colors symbolizes the transfer of authority from the outgoing commander to the incoming commander. Because of the reverence the commanders feel towards the colors, it is kept over their left breast during the transfer. The passing of the colors demonstrates to the soldiers and civilians of the organization the old commander has passed the mantle of leadership to the new commander. With this also passes the loyalty of the workforce to their new commander. And now the members of the official party will take their positions. Command Sergeant Major Bro is the division Command Sergeant Major. He represents all the soldiers and civilian members of the division and symbolizes the important military-civilian partnership that exists in the command. Command Sergeant Major Bro presents the South Atlantic Division colors to Colonel McCulley. As Colonel McCulley passes the colors to Lieutenant General Graham, this symbolizes the relinquishment of command. As Lieutenant General Graham passes the colors to Brigadier General Miller, he demonstrates his confidence in his ability to handle the responsibility of command. The official assumption of command reads, by the authority of Army Regulation 600-20, paragraph 2-5, the undersigned assumes command of the South Atlantic Division, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, effective 8 July 2025, signed Zachary L. Miller, Brigadier General, commanding. General Miller then passes the colors back to Command Sergeant Major Bro, entrusting him with the care of the colors. Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant General William H. Graham, Jr., 56th Chief of Engineers, Commanding General, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
Mic working? morning, everybody. Morning. Steph, you awake over there? Hello, Larry. Good to see everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for everybody out online. I got a room's full here today, Zach. Okay, so big day. Let's see. Who here has a 50-year service pin? All right, give a round of applause for Bob. Best part of the ceremony coming down here is hearing Bob go through it. So thanks for everything that you do and everything you do. So good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us today as we mark a milestone with the South Atlantic Division by welcoming its new commander. To our distinguished guests, family members, friends, and teammates, thanks for joining us today. Your presence here today underscores the importance of this moment and the significance of the work we do here. To the South Atlantic Division team, thanks for orchestrating today's assumption of command. Planning and executing two major ceremonies in such close succession is no small feat. So everybody back there on the tables who pulled all this off over this last month, thanks. Big round of applause to the folks. So before we talk about General Miller, we should start by focusing on this incredible organization, SAD. And Steph, what does SAD stand for? You gotta say that a lot louder. We won't be able to hear you.
Super awesome division.
The Super Awesome Division. Okay. So the Super Awesome Division is one of our most expansive and complex engineering divisions, providing civil works, military construction, international and interagency construction, and emergency response. Zach. In support of 5 states, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, Central and South America. That's a lot. That's an awful lot. The division's area of responsibility covers 1.5 million acres of public land and water, including 14 hydropower facilities, 32 navigation locks, 375 miles of levee, and 10,852 miles of shoreline in the southeastern United States. Turning to the military mission, the Super Awesome Division also provides military construction support to 11 Army posts and 13 Air Force bases. This is about 32% of the stateside Army and almost 20% of the stateside Air Force. Additionally, 4 major commands call this region home. So the South Atlantic Division's mission demands exceptional leadership, vision, and adaptability. I have every confidence that General Zach Miller is the right leader at the right time to command this amazing group of nearly 4,000 dedicated professionals who are trusted with such an important mission. So to Colonel McCulley, thanks for your steady leadership and commitment throughout this transition. Your work ensured that the division never lost momentum. You have our most sincere gratitude. Only in the Army would we give you 2 jobs and only pay you for the cheaper one. So, Matt, come on up here. I want to give you a coin to say thanks for a job well done. Okay, on to General Miller. Are those like monster truck tickets, or we were all kind of wondering, hopefully some really cool football game. So General Miller brings more than 28 years of distinguished service to this command. Most recently, he led the Army's Joint Modernization Command, where he oversaw the Joint Forces' large-scale live experimentation efforts, testing how emerging technologies and new formations will shape the battlefield of tomorrow. These in-the-dirt experiments help ensure that we develop war-winning future readiness and invest wisely in the Army's modernization priorities. I've been part of these in the past, and it is a true cat-herding exercise. So Zach, thanks for all that amazing work that you did at Joint Modernization Command. So his expertise in integrating technology, innovation, and warfighting requirements will be invaluable here in the super awesome division as we continue to adapt to meet the evolving challenges across this incredibly dynamic region. General Miller is no stranger to the Corps of Engineers. He commanded the mighty Memphis district, where he led operations across 3 districts and 900 miles of the mighty Mississippi River, advancing the region's channel improvement program. So for those of you who don't know, Mississippi Valley Division kind of breaks up its various missions there. One district works to stabilize the banks, and one district works to keep the channels dug out, and then New Orleans just kind of holds on for dear life. So Zach was in charge of keeping everything dredged, and no small feat, no small feat. This enormous effort kept this vital waterway open, protected critical levee infrastructure, and modernized essential equipment, including the Corps' largest pump stations, which just kind of operate day in and day out in the background, which is the way we like it. And these ensure the long-term resilience of that region. All right. He also oversaw critically 3 hurricane seasons in Louisiana, partnering closely with FEMA and state officials who had high expectations for their no-fail mission. And every time, Zach delivered. So you're wondering, wait a minute, he was up in Memphis, what was he doing down hurricanes in New Orleans? Well, that's the way the division worked. The victim district was just worried about taking care of itself, and so they'd bring in another district commander, another 06 commander to take over. So Zach, I think we met a few times at Port Algiers in your home away from home, emergency management, Winnebago, as he was gone, and did an amazing job. Did an absolutely amazing job. Louisiana politics is kind of like 12-dimensional chess played in the dark, and so understanding what's going on down there was no small feat. Although I did learn recently that on one of those occasions, I think when he was coming back, he ended up with a new dog. So some of those hurricanes had some true benefits. But amazing job that Zach did down there under some of the most trying of circumstances. So he's tailor-made for this role here in the South Atlantic Division. Behind this selfless and successful leader stands a wonderful family that also serves and sacrifices for our nation. Beth, for the past 24 years, you've been a true partner in Zach's service to our nation. With 15 moves and 7 command tours, which are no easy tasks, your unwavering support has been instrumental to its success. Thank you for your strength, sacrifice, and commitment, not only to Zach, but to our nation. Please, big round of applause. I'm told that the 15th, this last move, didn't go too horribly, which is sometimes the best we could hope for. All right. So to Nate and Evelyn, your father's career has asked a lot of you as well. Nate, congratulations on a standout freshman year at the University of Tennessee. Roll Tide. No, did I get that wrong? Gators? No, not that either. All right. So we'll see what this brave new world of college sports looks like with becoming basically paid professionals. So it should be exciting. I know Tennessee will be in the middle of it. So good luck in your sophomore year. Evelyn, we're excited for you as well as you begin your junior year here in high school. The life of a military child comes with a lot of unique challenges, and both of you have shown resilience and grace. So on behalf of the grateful Army and a grateful nation, thanks to you both. All right. So in conclusion, because Zach wants to get to work here, General Miller, you'll find in the Super Awesome Division a group of absolute professionals. Folks who are true masters of their crafts. They're ready to meet any challenge. Together, you'll engineer solutions to our nation's toughest problems, build meaningful, full relationships with our partners, advance the security of this nation, help strengthen our national economy, and reduce risks of disasters. The Super Awesome Division is in great hands that might stick, staff, that might just stick. So SAON's building strong, this will defend.
Ladies and gentlemen, our new commander, General Zachary L. Miller. Sir.
All right, thank you.
thanks for being here. Special thanks to those who traveled from out of town. We've got one former SAD commander here, a couple online, and I'm really excited to join your ranks. It's a real honor to be among you. Sir, let me start by thanking you for first turning right around after you were just here for General Hibbner's relinquishment and coming right back to participate. Thanks for your words about this organization. Every one of them rings true. That was really great. And also thanks for getting me back to USACE. I'm coming back to USACE with greater perspective on what we do and with incredible energy for this job. I'm very much looking forward to leading with you as we take SAD and we continue to execute your shared vision, our shared vision of what USACE really needs to be. We're going to build proficient and cohesive project delivery teams, ensure that we have integrated and optimized districts, and we're going to always maintain that sense of urgency for what we do by remembering who we're doing it for. I've got mainly thanks I want to give during these remarks, and I want to start where I always do, which is with my family. Sir, you already gave a great intro to the family. As he noted, this is my 7th command, which makes this the 13th one of these ceremonies that I've done. And Beth has been sitting or standing next to me for every single one of them. She has filled every possible role you can imagine over those years, those 12 years of command that we've had. And every single time she's risen to meet whatever the challenge is and whatever has been expected of her. But regardless of what she's had to do in a public-facing manner, she's always been the one that's kept me grounded. She's been, my constant companion. She knows how to keep my energy up. And she also knows when it's time for me to back off and lets me know. So, Beth, thanks for another smooth transition, really one of our better transitions from one home to the next. I love you very much. We've also, you'll note, if I'm at 28 years, that means I'm about 8 years past the earliest opportunity I had to retire from the Army. And in those 8 years, we've had quite a few extra moves that the 2 kids here have had to endure. So again, I want to also recognize publicly the sacrifices that they've made so that I can continue to serve our nation in this capacity. These are 2 incredible kids, and they make me proud every day, so love you both. So how does one get to be the commanding general of anything, much less the Corps of Engineers? So there's an old saying about luck and timing, which I don't disagree with, but I would submit that the #1 differentiator across all these thousands of young lieutenants that join the Army every year is that they are exposed to leaders of character early in their career. Exposure to leaders of character. And it's during those formative years when they're trying to really figure out what it means to be a professional and to be in the Army. And thanks for coming, sir, because I'm going to talk about you now. I'm really honored to have Colonel retired Bob Carpenter here with me. He was my first battalion commander when I first joined the Army, and I owe a huge debt of gratitude to him for showing me what right looks like, for pushing our team to achieve some really exceptional results, and probably most importantly for exhibiting patience and a little forgiveness for me and my whole peer group as I transitioned from basically being a college student into somebody who's going to be a professional officer. At this point in my career, I don't really have any arbitrary beliefs. Pretty much everything I espouse either comes from a personal experience or something I directly observe, and those first couple of years are a source of a disproportionately large number of those lessons and of that wisdom. So, sir, thank you, Andy, for being here and for setting me on the right trajectory for success so many years ago. Thank you very much. We've also got Colonel Kobe Short, Colonel retired Kobe Short here. He's indicative of the great partnership and the great friendships that have to exist for an extended career in the Army. We're West Point classmates. We've been best friends for a really long time. Kobe actually took district command, also Pittsburgh district. Got a couple of district commanders here. One aspiring district commander of Pittsburgh is in the back somewhere. And he did it a year ahead of me. Kobe took it a year ahead of me. And he helped me really see, through his experiences and help figure out exactly what did a district commander need to do to unleash the power of the dedicated professionals that we have in USACE and our organization. So Kobe, thanks for your friendship for all these years, and also thanks for finding time in your busy post-Army career to be at all the important moments in our lives like this one. Thanks, I really appreciate it. So I've just come from the part of the Army that has basically no knowledge of USACE or what we do. General Graham just described that really well. And that's okay. That's okay. We don't know what a lot of the other folks in the Army do. But I will say this, when senior leaders in our Army that are not in USACE get a glimpse into our world, they're not just amazed, they're dumbfounded by what we do. And they're simultaneously incredibly proud of what the Corps of Engineers does for our Army and for our nation. You can very easily go through a 20 or 30 year career or lifetime in the Army without any deep understanding of exactly how the national economy works or what it takes to maintain the trade that is the lifeblood of it, or the protections that are necessary to live in harmony with our natural surroundings, or all the work that's required to build and maintain first-class facilities that our armed forces needs to dominate on the battlefield. And so, like so many aspects of our daily lives, these things just seem to magically happen for those who are watching from the outside. Except it's not magic, and it just doesn't happen on its own. It takes all the dedicated people of the workforce, of the Corps of Engineers, and our many, many partners, both federal and private and public partners, and it takes leadership. And we have amazing leaders here in our headquarters, in our districts, and our project delivery teams. And we're going to continue to develop and exploit that leadership, because that is truly the only way that we're going to be able to meet all the commitments and the expectations that our nation has of us. So I fully recognize the enormity of the mission that the South Atlantic / Super Awesome Division has across this region. I appreciate its reputation for getting big, hard things done. And of course, I already know the quality of the people that are here. So it's an honor to be your commander at this pivotal time for our nation, this pivotal time for our Army, and I look forward to serving alongside all of you as we begin the second 250 years of the Corps of Engineers and of our Army. Essay on, this will defend.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the singing of the engineer song, the Army song, and the departure of the official party. The words are located on the back of your program. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in position until the official party departs. Following the ceremonial cutting of the cake, Brigadier General Miller and his family will receive friends and well-wishers in the front of the room. On behalf of the Commander of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, we want to thank you for attending and viewing today's Assumption of Command ceremony. Be safe in your travels, building strong, essay on.